Hello friends, welcome to Acharya 90 FM, your own radio. Myself Tejaswini, your host for the show. And today in our guest interview, we have invited Supriya Kabra ma'am. Ma'am, welcome to Acharya 90 FM.
Thank you so much ma'am for inviting me.
Yeah, let me introduce about Supriya ma'am. She has 16 years of experience and she is established as management consultant. She has worked with 200 organizations in HR and OD compliance, payroll, employee engagement and trainings. She is a HR and OD consultant and soft skills and behavioral skills trainer. And today we will go through her journey throughout 16 years. So I'll be taking you back in your life, a little bit back in your life.
Thank you so much for this nostalgia already.
Ma'am, first to start with, how you found this as a career, or how was the...
This is a long story, short, very interestingly, thanks to my family.
Mm-hmm.
So the family wanted me to find my interest areas, which is very, very aligned to my personality, so that it becomes very easy for you to make your career then. And then because I was always a people's person, you know, and HR was booming back then in India. In fact, with small medium companies, it's only in the last 4 or 5 years when people have started understanding that every HR is not a recruiter. They can also have various different facets other than just being a recruiter. And guess what? I don't do recruitment. Okay. I do not do recruitment at all. In fact, right now, just before entering the studio, I was talking to the recruiter that, hey dude, I need staff for my company. Will you hire? Okay. So that's how the journey probably started, where I started identifying that this is my thing. Then took the degrees alongside, that what is required to become an HR. Then I found out a degree like that. Took masters in personal management, that was called as personal management. Probably for my college, I was the last batch in this degree. Then this degree got converted into MBA HR for our colleges. So, but then we were like a little deep in the subject because every semester we were learning the same thing. Okay, I mean every subject in depth. Okay. And then after that, I also did my postgraduate diploma in environmental management. That was a part-time college. Then I started doing my job. Along with the job, I also took another degree in training and development. Okay, which qualifies me to become a trainer, to become a training consultant also. Okay, so a little more deeper to go in the training field. And that's how the journey started. I did my job also for a couple of years. But the inclination was always to start on your own, because when you want to create something and when you really want to make a difference, back then only I had realized, ma'am, that not these small medium enterprises realize that what is HR, why is it required, why trainings are also required, and how can you bring in that new thing which can impact your organization's output. Okay, and this is why I thought you will have to get into your own business if you really want to try and create differences. At least that's how my company Cosmic started in 2011.
Cosmic, okay.
October 2011 we started with Cosmic Consultants. Which apparently has now completed 12 glorious years, with a lot of team members coming in, going out, and many associated experts that we have on our panel. Proud to say we have experts on our panel who have more than 40 years of experience in this field. So it's not me alone, it's not only my brain and my expertise. We have people who are brilliant in this field.
Board of directors.
In a way, yes. They're actually the experts. They're just a call away. Whenever I'm stuck specifically with the compliances, it is a very deep subject. Jitna हाथ उसमें मैला करोगे उतना सीखोगे is called is the term that is called in our compliances. Okay. So
it applies to all the fields.
Correct.
Right?
It actually applies, but when it comes to law, legal things, you know, not everything can be learned by just reading a bare act. By handling cases, by failing in the cases, only then you learn. Right? So this 40 years experience, where can I beat instead of getting them over? So we thought to get them over us.
Sounding quite interesting. I would like to know more about your portfolio regarding Cosmic Consultant. What exactly, how your consultancy is different from other consultants?
Oh, great. Here I can maybe actually proudly flaunt, because very recently, in fact in last 2 years, we started realizing when few of our clients they removed their current HR consultants and gave that complete HR outsourcing to us. And that's where even I had asked the same question to them कि क्यों ऐसा किया? Why did you remove them? What made you do this bigger shift? Because giving away your HR things to another new person in the middle of something is not at all easy. Okay, even with the employees mindset, people compare. हमारी previous HR तो ऐसी नहीं थी, वो तो ऐसा करते थे. This happens. So they said the deep level of hand holding that we do, we take the onus of everything. Okay. So for example, yesterday evening, I was sitting across a local labor union fellow. Okay. He had come with a case study of some ex-employee who didn't even bother to serve notice, who did some issues with the payment being an account executive and stuff, and she shamelessly shouldered off all the responsibility and resigned. Okay, and she decided one fine day that I'm not going to serve the notice period, I'm going away. Okay. And then she goes out to a labor union fellow and says ki, okay, these guys are not giving me my full and final settlement, they're not clearing my dues. And then he came to negotiate on behalf of her. We just proved all the evidences and stuff like that, and I could manage to give him a subtle give back. Okay, look, this is what we have done, this is what she has done. And she went back and he went back without asking for any dues and clearances. Okay. Is our intention not to give away the money? Clearly not. We have given it to the past people who have served properly everything. Okay. But this kind of onus, this kind of hand-holding, very few consultancies does. They do not want to face bigger challenges day in, day out. Okay. So like daily morning, who will want to just keep seeing the WhatsApp saying कि आज मैं नहीं आ रहा हूँ, आज ये हो गया, आज वो हो गया, and stuff like that, right? So all that we manage happily daily. Even in trainings, we customize to the core. Even if it is a 90-minute session, still we customize to the core. We ask them, why do you want to do this? What is the impact that finally you want to derive? Even if it is fun, your definition of fun and my definition of fun can be different. So I need to understand the core of it before I curate any activity for them. So that's how the clients gave us this feedback, that why are we different and how are we making a difference to them.
Definitely. Now I'd like to know about you. You have been training various in companies, also in colleges also.
Correct.
So how is the difference in training college students and even the corporates?
Okay, but to tell you a very positive thing about it, the same activities when we go to the schools, when we go to the colleges, with the fresh mindset that the college students can have, or the school students can have probably, brings across a very different variation for us also to think that next time when we are designing any activity, we also have to have a fresh perspective on the table.
You need to update your knowledge.
However, it also gives us a bigger version to think that if at the foundational level, there are some concrete trainings given to the college students. The future when they step into a giant corporate world, they are not lost. And they do not take in diluted or polluted path. Okay. Hence, it is important to get that foundation right. So that's the major difference. Many a times I feel that I'm doing more of a cure job when I'm going to the corporates, and here it becomes more of a precautionary job, so to say. But there are corporates who have now started deep diving and thinking of the future and creating that future from now. Okay, you get into the future, then you realize that our current staff do not have this kind of a competency, and hence their job with this company becomes very difficult in the future, right? But there are corporates who are thinking pehle se that if this is the future 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, my person needs to learn it all so that he is a part of our future. So this kind of organizations are great to have. That's kind of organization where even we want to work with, we want to give our trainings to, who are a little futuristic and being mindful about their people as well. But nowadays I guess colleges are even being more widely accepting to have soft skills, behavioral skills, because even corporates come back and tell them, okay, people are brilliant, they are intelligent, but when it comes to playing in the team, when it comes to working as such, they really need a lot of polishing. So the colleges now are making sure that they are giving a basic polishing at least to the students before they enter into the corporate world.
How was your experience working specifically? I would like to ask about Wellington Institute. You're associated with that.
So Wellinka, I was not really associated. I just gave couple of 1-2 trainings or something like that. But with NMIS, I was a visiting faculty.
Somaya,
With Somaya, I was a visiting faculty. I was also a trainer to Somaya. Okay, when I say visiting faculty, why am I mentioning all of this? Because this courses where they had got us wanted an industrial expert so that we can give them a practical things more than the theory. Okay. I think the professors are brilliant when it comes to their teaching job. I cannot do that. Okay. I absolutely cannot do that, and heads off to the way the professors do it consistently. But when it comes to training, giving those practicalities, giving those implementation part of it, that's where we probably come in. And and that's how a couple of colleges we had been associated to who gave us this chance, this opportunity. Even Indira College, Pune, of late for their pharma students we had gone to teach them all of this. So this is how we are associated to a lot of colleges.
And I would like to mention about your Britannia, to mention about Britannia and Hindustan Unilever. You are associated. How was that experience with corporate?
So you have touched probably the right chord. Both of these brand names which you picked up from probably our profile. You have done your research maybe. So these are very close to my heart project till date. I'll tell you the reason. Britannia had picked me up to deliver a training on time management in Marathi. Okay. So I had to deliver, even curate all the content, everything in Marathi. This was specifically for their people who are closely working with the farmers or with the people out there to procure the milk and procure the farming products. Okay. So this kind of supply chain need to really be good at time management, need to be good at people management, need to be good with couple of things. But they were struggling कि इनको इतनी अच्छी इंग्लिश नहीं आती मैम. Okay? तो आपको तो मराठी में सिखाना पड़ेगा. So then we had to design all the content, everything in Marathi. About 8 hours I was conducting a session, a workshop on time management in Marathi. Hence this was a little close to my heart project because that also gave me a learning that unfortunately, mark my words, unfortunately, we do not have regional language trainers more. Okay, who can train in the regional language, who can probably train in the mother language also. Okay. Why HUL? This was about Britannia. Why HUL? That was a very different employee engagement activity which we did with them. Okay. They had given us an opportunity to learn about their business integrity module. Okay. We had to design all the activities accordingly. Here comes the challenge. Typically, all the trainers would ask us and tell us कि कितने participant होंगे. Okay. So that accordingly we design the activities, accordingly we procure the props also. They told us you'll have to go to the Bangalore, our Bangalore office, where we have about 1500 to 2000 people. And you will be given a kiosk and a big lobby where you'll be conducting continuously activities. People will keep coming to your kiosk. So those are not that fixed set of participants, usual way of conducting a training. This or usual way of conducting an employee engagement activity also for that matter, because people are stationed at one place. Here these people are going to keep coming and going. Right? एक set आया, उसने कुछ activity के लिए they are going away. You do debriefing with them. So 1500 to 2000 people में से 10%, 20% may get dropped. The rest are going to come is what was told to us by the team there. And we were like, oh my God, that's a difficult task because I didn't know that how do I calculate on the props. So for example, if I have to carry chart papers, I don't know how many chart papers would be required. You are used to of something else. And it's going to be an open farm for you. Right? So that entire calculation, we learned a lot from that project. It was so brilliant. One of the HR was continuously there, checking on how many people came, what activities went more good and what were still lacking. And they also had couple of restrictions. So many companies are very, very vigilant about even plastic products. You can't use plastic products. You can't use consumable foods. They are very concerned about the safety of their employees. So they do not want their employees to get hurt. So our activities also had to be curated, keeping all of this in mind. So they gave us a huge learning and a huge confidence कि if we can do this, we can do it all.
Okay.
Yeah. अब कोई भी challenge आ जाए, मैं और मेरी team ready है to take it up. Yeah.
It was a learning point. Yeah.
Big time learning point because very few trainers get this kind of an opportunity, ma'am. And lot of my fellow trainers were always telling me this, क्यों ले रही है यार ये, मतलब वो लोग मतलब are they paying you in lakhs? I said it's not always about lakhs. Do you realize this kind of learnings cannot be calculated or compared in any value?
And at the other point of mind, you have that pressure also. It's a well-established brand. And you're working for a great brand. Yeah.
Totally. Great brand. They're very, very detailed. Their teams are superb. They very well know what they want. Yeah. Until you do not come to what they want, they're definitely going to brainstorm with you. They are not someone who will just give it up on you and say tum dekh lo. Nahi. They actually try and co-create space as well. So that's also one beautiful thing that I saw about their team, that they were actually sitting and boggling their head with us. Yeah. So
we'd like to know more from you. We'll take a short break and join with this conversation again. We are having Supriya Kabra ma'am with us, who is giving us fruitful knowledge on HR and OD consultant and other soft skills. So we'll take a short break and join you again. Keep listening. Acharya 90 FM, your own radio.
Acharya 90 FM, 90 FM.
Welcome after the short break. You're listening Acharya 90 FM, your own radio, and we are having Supriya Kabra ma'am with us today. Ma'am, I'd like to know now about what exactly your task, as you said, you're working with corporates and colleges. How you design your training program exactly?
Okay, that's a great thing. So most of the colleges also, or most of the corporates also may not sometimes have a specific idea on what exactly the training they require. Okay, so we try to. There are a lot of corporates as well who are very clear with their training needs.
Fixed.
Yeah, they know that what training do I require, क्यों चाहिए, क्या चाहिए, what should be the impact, blah blah blah. So they know it all. The ones who do not know, probably, we sit with them. We ask them couple of questions. So for example, if somebody says, ma'am, आप communication लेते हो ना, come ahead and take a communication training for our executives. Okay. Then we'll ask, communication is a very misleaded and very loosely used subject, right? So we ask them, क्यों चाहिए? Why do you want communication? What made you think of only communication? What kind of aspects would you want to cover more? Is there any incidences which you will want to tell us so when I say incident, doesn't mean that only a bad incident happening right now, but sometimes, as I said, when you know your future, and when you want your people that they have attained one level and now they should move to another level. Okay, this is also where you can probably want to pitch in some kind of trainings in for them, so that they're learning, developing. Right. So then we ask them the objective, basically, that what is the objective, why and how did you come to this objective only, what made you think of this aspects, what exactly is the impact that you will want to have after the training. Okay. And most importantly, the participant profile. Whom are we going to deliver the training? What is their current competency, qualification, skill level? Okay. Where do you want to uplift them to? Okay. And then a little more about the participants. If we get to know that, then curating a training, designing a training becomes much easier job. So because then there are brains, right, with us in the team, so that we all can research a little more and find out that so for example, sometimes the companies come back saying that my students are fabulous. I mean, the recent hirees, they're fabulous with communication, but verbal. When it comes to writing
and presentation,
specifically with the email writings, the formal writings में गड़बड़ हो जाती है. Okay, and I give a due respect to the new students coming into the corporates also at times, or even the junior level, senior level. So there are differences, no? When you're internally sending an email to each other, and now if you're promoted, say, and you're going to be customer centric. So writing an email to a customer is a different subject altogether than writing internally to each other. Okay. So once we understand those pain points, accordingly, then we try and tweak all the trainings so that we are trying to deliver the maximum output from what was desired. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and basically HR is bridging gap between the employees and the board of directors, like the company owners. So what now looking back after 16 years of experience, what have exactly you have learned? So that I would like to know from you.
So to start with a hilarious answer to this, okay. The HRs are basically the chutney between
sandwich
two
between
breads. You like it with cheese, you apply more cheese and eat us. If somebody likes it with more spice, they will add more spice to it and eat us. Okay, so that's how you are layered actually. Okay, if somebody, so imagine a sandwich with some vegetables of your choice. Okay, so those vegetables are us. Okay, if the employees like it with chutney, they may put it on one bread loaf. And if somebody likes it with, say, employer likes it with cheese, they will put cheese on another bread loaf. And बीच में आ गया vegetable और बन गया chutney. I mean, बन गया sandwich. Our biggest job is to not let that chutney get affected with the cheese and not let the cheese get affected with the chutney. Okay. Our major job lies there, right? Because only with this complete ecosystem, a sandwich looks perfect. And taste also perfect. Right? So how to get it correctly blended, how to get it, not getting affected with a lot of things from each other. Sometimes people throw emotions, we all are humans. Okay, we all are humans. कभी कभी कुछ हो जाता है, मुझे तेजस्विनी मैम की बात गुस्सा लग गया, मुझे बुरा लग गया, I may go out and yell, okay, this ma'am is something, she is not even realizing what kind of pain points I am going through, okay. But that may be a temporary emotion. And HR's job is to understand where that person is coming from. If it is a temporary emotion, I need not react immediately and go back and say, hey, Tejaswini ma'am, you know what? Your teams are not happy with you. No, that's not my job. Okay? That's a job only when it is repeatedly happening and if it has real base to it, real understanding to it. Only then I go back, sit, relax with Tejaswini ma'am and say, okay, look, you know what, these are few incidences, so this is something that we want you to refine with. Otherwise, you are a great leader, but this kind of things, if done right, can make you a perfect one. Your teams are not really happy with this kind of approach. Can we do this? Aise karke, this is something that we talk to both the layers. Wherever required, we try and sit across the table with them in one-to-one setup, doing a little coaching or counseling. I'm not a coach or a certified coach, or I'm not a certified counselor either. But this is a part and parcel of my job, at least to soothe them, understand where they're coming from, and give them a listening ear.
I'm comparing it with the job of a lawyer. Like he puts his case in the court. So, ma'am, now I'd like to know. Now, after your 16 years of experience, now what are your future plans? What have you thought of? How looking forward for your future?
That's very
have
interesting.
Have you planned something? You must have planned.
Yes, we did. Definitely, we started also a little bit there. Okay, so we also have an software and app called as Entraco. ENTRACO. Why did I spell it? EN stands for engagement. Employee engagement. TRA stands for training. And CO stands for internal connections. Okay. According to whatever you were asking, 16 years mein kya seekha? So according to our little experience, we understood that this 3 can be that major pillars for any good employee or employer experience, so to say. I'll tell you why am I saying employer experience also, ma'am, because there are a lot of employers who do not feel to go to their own offices. Forget the Monday blues having ek employee ko jo Monday blue hota hai. I see a Monday blue happening to an employer also. Okay, so we thought of creating a complete organizational experience altogether. Okay, so this is a digital approach as well, because there can be scattered employees all over the place, maybe in branches within the organization also. If they know the updates, if they're engaged to each other, if they're freely able to connect with each other, that's where actually the output can happen. Okay, so we bought in this digital, and anyway the future is digital, right? So सब कुछ ट्रेडिशनल वे से नहीं होगा. करेक्ट ब्लेंड एंड इवॉल्विंग विद द टाइम इज रिक्वायर्ड. So we got this software and an app in. So the future has little bit started. There are a lot of future related to digital also return and in place with us. Okay. However, we intend to, with cross fingers, we intend to start an academy very soon.
Wow, that's great.
Where, and that's something that absolutely literally no one knows other than my own team members.
Okay.
That is probably publicly pehli baar khulasa wala thing. Yeah.
Okay.
But this, the entire syllabus, the entire course is ready.
Okay.
This is not going to be a theoretical course.
All practical.
All practical, where the future HR would know how to write a policy manual. They may also know how to write all the documents. They may also know how to handle things when it comes to on the plate. Okay. Some real pain points which we saw that people learn and take the degree of HR, but may fail when it comes to implementation, or may struggle there. Okay. Many HRs, at least in the junior position, I can say, do not know how to write a correct policy manual. Okay, even the policy manual has to evolve with time. You can't be so traditional in writing anyways. So that's where we thought of curating a course which is very practical oriented and may help employees and employer get a better experience through HR.
Definitely. We'll again take a short break and join again. So we are having discussion with Supriya Kabra ma'am. We'll take a short break and join you again. Keep listening. Acharya 90 FM, your own radio.
Acharya 90 FM 90 FM.
Welcome after the short break. You're listening Acharya 90 FM, your own radio, and today we're having Supriya Kabra ma'am with us. Ma'am, I would like to ask you now, what are the challenges of an HR consultant or company? And we are sitting in the college premises, so how to become a good HR, I would like to say.
Oh, great.
Ask you,
That's a real nice question, ma'am. First of all, I feel that to become a good HR or a decent HR, I'll say, you will have to be very patient. Okay, keep eyes here and some sweet on the tongue. Okay, you'll have to be diplomatically correct also at times. Okay, you cannot be too straight, because we have to understand the emotions of people. Our product as a HR is people altogether. Right? So, and the people is a very complex subject, but can be made simpler if the talks are simple. Okay, people really do not want anything which is very complex to understand. They are very simple creatures. Unnecessarily we make it complicated. Okay, so the HRs have to have some skills of being very patient, of understanding that where the person is coming from. Okay, and if there are any reactions, any behavioral thing, I personally believe that every reaction has a story behind it. Okay, some incident, some baggage, some problem, some tension, there is something behind it. If you touch to that correct point, the person is yours. And they will never rebel. And nobody wants to switch job for no reasons. Nobody wants to become a troublemaker. Okay, it's somewhere something is missing. Something is not in the correct place. And that's why there are problems around you. There will be people reacting. There will be people yelling on you. There will be people throwing all sort of tantrums.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Very last week, ma'am, a girl wanted to already resign. Okay. For some XYZ reason, which we had clarified 10 times for 1 month. We were clarifying to her. Okay. But she had made up her mind to resign. The other day I went and मैंने उसको डांट लगा दी थोड़ी कि क्या चल रहा है, why are you dragging this simple small issue for more than a month, and once again I'm going to repeat the entire Ramayana and Mahabharata to you. Why are you doing that? She found a final reason now
अच्छा,
to resign.
finally, हाँ.
And that was HR ने मुझे डांटा, मैं resign कर रही हूँ.
Oh my god.
Okay.
अच्छा, it came to you, my god.
It came to me from nowhere.
Such.
Now it is up to me if I have to really react कि oh no, I really didn't do anything of that sort, or understand with a smile कि okay, she already wanted to find a reason. Okay. All it is that you have to make everybody realize, you have to justify sometime that okay, this was not really the reason. Look at the messages and emails that we have from her already, right? So she had a long back decided, and the rest of the entire staff knows that she wanted to resign. Okay, I just became a reason for no reason probably. So ऐसे होता रहता है, but it's okay that this kind of challenges are there, and it will be there a little more. We are blending digital versus the traditional. We have mix of generation, right? So that's the reason HR needs to be thanda here and little sweet and diplomatic with their tone of speaking. And then I think you'll make a great HR.
I would like to tell our audience that ma'am has awarded as a best business consultant in 2019 and innovative HR practices award at national level and 2020, and she has been awarded as leading HR practices award in 2021, and many there is list of awards is in her list. So ma'am, how you're looking out, how you have been honored for so many awards, so how you're looking out for the awards?
OMG. Okay. So, first of all, thank you so much, ma'am, for mentioning few of
I
this.
mentioned few of them, yeah.
The national award is definitely close to heart because it's national award. None of these awards we go out and we do not, so people have to come, they nominate us, okay? We don't go out and ask for that, how much amount do we have to pay for this, okay? It's never like that. Operational cost maybe, if that, to attend the event, there is anyway venue fees which is attached. So only that much of thing is okay to pay. Okay, we don't go out and actually sell out the awards. Okay, so we had presented to the jury for the national award. Only after this jury thing, when we got cleared, and why is this close to my heart? Because when I entered the jury room and I saw that there are even IAMs against me.
Oh.
And exactly the face, and I was like, they have bought their teams here to present, and I'm alone.
Okay.
And do I have that much of brain to compete against the IAM was my first self-doubt. Okay. But then I thought, okay, chalo yahan aa hi gaye hai aur itna paisa dalkar aa hi gaye, to let's put it. Okay, let's give it a shot because that was in Ahmedabad. So it was like all the way anyway I've travelled. So let's give it a shot. Okay. So I thought to present whatever I have. And then God had been kind to get me this award. So that's how we had been doing. And that's how even we are coming up with another first time ever, probably Cosmic Consultants, which is my organization with another two organizations called as Imorg Events. The girl is into events. So we both came together and curated another sort of award function come conference to celebrate innovators, change makers, and somebody who has daring to add value to their complete ecosystem, not only to the clients but also to their employees, to the vendors, to the complete ecosystem. So we thought that एक घर में सोफा का पोजीशन भी चेंज हो जाता है ना, so we take so much of time to adjust, right? We take so much of time to accept, right? So accepting any change, or first of all deciding to create any change itself is a big deal, right? May it be a small cultural change or a system change or bringing in an innovation in the industry altogether.
Each one has their own inputs,
correct, and each one needs a lot of guts. It takes a lot of processing from behind, right? आज सोचा कल शुरू कर दिया तो नहीं होता है, right? So we are doing some this kind of event on 15th of March, ma'am.
Acha, that's great.
Which is called as Aramb to Change, and the name speaks it itself that we want to create an initiative, an Aramb, to invite all the change makers, to invite all the innovators, to invite all the people who have any daring to create any sort of value in the complete ecosystem. So to celebrate them, we have a conference cum award function happening on 15th of March.
Yeah, what is the venue? Where is it happening?
Yeah, the venue is Regal by Tunga in Andheri, Mumbai.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how much expectations you are having registration?
So, ma'am, we are about to close on the registration. Another last 10 probably we can have maximum.
Okay.
Because we are almost full on the quota. Any company, we are not defining the company as startup or a giant or anyone. A company is a company.
Yeah.
Okay. So anybody who falls into any of this category which I just mentioned can apply for the awards. They have to submit a case study for the award. After the case study is submitted, it goes to the jury, and then only if you win the award or not, that you will get to know on 15th of March at 7 p.m. in the evening at
Tunga Paradise.
Regal by Tunga.
Regal by Tunga. Okay. Fine.
These are two different venues.
Yeah, two venues. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, joining us today on Acharya 90 FM, and all the best for your future endeavors, and first of all for this event which is happening on 15th
Thank
March.
you so much, ma'am. I hope to see you there.
Definitely. And I think I'll invite you again. You do come down and we'll share your something more knowledge into HR.
More than happy and more than honored to have you, to have me here
with Acharya 90 FM. Yes, ma'am. So friends, today we had Supriya Kabra ma'am with us today, and we will be coming up with the next interview with another guest. So till then, keep listening Acharya 90 FM. Myself Tejaswini signing off for today. Thank you.